I just wanted to show you guys how we felt leadership was very important and how it leads to the success of electronic health record implementation. So just wanted, our EPIC rollout is called EPIC at Jaha. That's what we chose to call our EMR. This is, of course, the first EPIC implementation in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We had a few challenges, and I just wanted to point those out. It was concurrent with a lot of major transformations in Johns Hopkins Aramco Healthcare because it's a newly formed joint venture. We have strong security constraints due to infrastructure hosting at Saudi Aramco. We had issues with cyber attacks, so it was a prominent target. And so everything security said no to, basically. And we went for a big bang go live with those 26 modules that you see there. We just opted to do them all in one day across our 2 hospitals, 5 outpatient centers, and around 54 remote area clinics. There was success, of course. We had a successful Big Bang go live, January 26th. The first day was actually amongst the most successful in EPIC's experience with fewer than expected operational technical issues. We had a faster anticipated recovery from the planned schedule reduction because we actually decreased everybody's schedules. And the post-live survey, we actually ranked in the top quartile of all EPIC customers with an overall satisfaction rate of our users, 85%. MyChart, we are the fastest international MyChart registration ramp up in history of EPIC. And this is the patient portal, basically. And actually 3 weeks, 25 days post go live, we decided to do HIMSS stage 6, just to make sure our users are adopting the system. So we also were able to do it on both inpatient and outpatient, just to make sure our users are using EPIC right. Our key success factors we feel were clear governance, strong clinical engagement, methodological testing, extensive go-live preparation, and effective communication. I'll just speak quickly through these because I'm sure we're all going to speak about these. Of course, governance is very important. The best decisions are always made at the bottom. They're made from the bottom up. So as much as we can make those decisions at the work groups or the lower groups, we made them. Things didn't go all the way to the top. Most of the communication that went up was only to tell people what we were doing. It was never to ask them or poll their opinions. We tried to make those at the lower levels. We made sure we covered everybody, and then when there was different groups and they all cross-interacted each other, we had cross-council groups to make sure that all the different stakeholders were all in the same room talking and voicing their opinions. We had very strong clinical engagement because we took our users through through a journey of multiple roles. We started them being our SMEs, our subject matter experts. So they were there in the beginning, in the validation, looking at the contents and making those decisions. And we took them after that one level up, where they became our champions, our physicians, our nurses. We actually set our physicians to do physician builders, so our physicians actually programmed what they wanted to do. So they're able to go into EPIC and configure it to the way they wanted it. Then we took those same SMEs, champions, physicians, nurses, and they became our trainers. A cardiologist training a cardiologist. So it was never somebody from a different area that was training. It was never a nurse training a doctor. It was always somebody who did the same thing. So they were able to vocalize the workflow as well as the content. And then they became our super users afterwards. Our 100% of our trainers were internally sourced because it was everybody teaching their colleagues, and 95% of our super users were internally sourced. The training survey showed we had 4.45 out of 5 from how satisfied people were with the training. Testing is very important, of course, whether it's a script testing. We had to pass twice the criteria for each one. We had technical dress rehearsals, and we had cutover dry runs. We had a war room, so when we had everybody sitting together testing all the different parts of the script because they're so integrated. It's never only what a physician does or what a nurse does. It's what we do together. Change management, as Muna just applied, is very important. So as much as anything we can do and implement pre-go live we did, whether it's workflows, whether it's different third-party systems like Dragon, Obix, Improvada, CPT coding, which we taught our physicians, and then policy changes. We prepared all our policies before go live. This is our clinical operational readiness. As you can see, different people as you can see, the top one has our chief nursing officer there talking to people about her experience. 2 frontliners who are all there doing the go live readiness assessments. 120 days before go live, 90 days, and we had the people, each person So the cardiologist got up to talk about cardiology. The cancer unit got up to talk about how they're preparing for the go live. We had 1,000 plus people dedicated for the go live, that big event. We had them fully dedicated off all clinical work. We took them for 4 weeks off, and then we returned them. We had 5-to-1 ratio for clinicians, 6-to-1 for everybody else. We had twice daily super user huddles, and we put those green vests on them so people would pick them out very quickly. We had a very nice website all throughout the program leading up to the go live, and then at go live, it actually, this is the timeline, it became the go live website. We had a go live survival guide, mouse pads, phone labels, we put stickers everywhere. Everything, all the information was right at the fingertips for people as much as we could. This is our go live website, which how to get help, countdown, chip sheets, facility maps, contact numbers, anything you can think of, we try to put that in that go live website so people can readily access that.
I think you've given a really good view of, the complexity of what you addressed. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Thank you.